Hello everybody and welcome to race 12 of the 2006 Formula 1 World Championship mode. I'm your host SamuraiT-X, and when we last left off in round 11 of the French Grand Prix, we scored 6th place in the Super Aguri as Takuma Sato. So let's check the point standings after race 11. Fernando Alonso's lead has been cut down to 12 points on as Michael Schumacher finished second. Felipe Massa closes it down to 15 as he's third place, 3 points behind his teammate. No other positions really changed apart from Montoya moving up. And, well, 9th to 16th, no position change there. But Sato does get away from Kimi Raikkonen, who's his nearest challenger, as he's currently P8 in the championship. Ralf Schumacher, Jacques Villeneuve and Mark Webber continue their nightmarish seasons, as Ferrari extend their lead to 16 points in the constructors over Renault. McLaren have closed the gap to Honda to 15 points, while Super Aguri extend the gap over to Toyota to 10 points in the battle for 5th place in the constructors championship. While Scuderia Toro Rosso and Red Bull Ferrari pretty much have not changed positions. They've still stayed like that. Same with the BMW Sauber and Williams and Midland, who also stay in that same position. So now with the qualifying session next, we're going to give you over to James Allen. Let's see what happens here, as the Germans are hoping for a Schumacher Brothers 1-2.
Welcome to the home of the German Grand Prix Hockenheim. Qualifying is about to start, and after the first 15-minute session, the slowest 6 cars will take their place at the back of the grid in tomorrow's race. Tonio Liuzzi starts his outlap. Qualifying gets underway.
Cheers, James, and you join us in this very wet weather of Hockenheim. I wish James Allen said it was raining. We had to wait until we got out on the track to realise it was raining. And this isn't going to be a pole position lap. This is our first lap around the track after making mistakes, which by mistakes I mean running wide and getting our time cut. But we got a 1 minute 25.3, which is not good enough, and we're currently 21st. So this is our last lap, and oh dear, we spun, and that's it. Because by the time we recover, we're not going to have enough time to actually make a lap. So looks like we're going to be starting 21st place on the grid.
We'll continue in a few moments with the second knockout session, where we'll decide grid positions 16 to 11.
What disappointment from Takuma Sato, from the highs of the French Grand Prix to the lows of being at the back of the grid, only beating his teammate by an entire second actually, but he's 21st place, which is his worst grid position since Monaco, and with Monaco that led to retirement, so let's hope that doesn't lead him to retirement again. But DC has been surprisingly eliminated as he starts 17th, so disappointment for David Coulthard. But so far so good for the German locals, as their drivers have made it into Q2. So there's still Nick Heidfeld, Ralf Schumacher and Michael Schumacher still in it.
We'll continue with session 3 of qualifying in a few moments.
And that is Jacques Villeneuve's best qualifying session of the season, as he's out-qualified Nick Heidfeld, the local here, one of the 3 locals. And, well, Mark Webber, Scott Speed, Christian Klein, Barrichello also joined the BMW Saubers out of this session. So the Schumacher brothers have made it, so they will be contesting for pole position, hopefully. But Q3 is definitely going to be a very interesting one, as it's got Nico Rosberg in it, surprisingly, as well. That's one name that's not out in Q2, so that's good stuff. And then it's got the usual front 14, well, I would say front 4, but it's not.
So there we have it, from 10th to pole, the grid order looks like this. Great qualifying session, I've really enjoyed it, and I'm sure you have too. Looking at the grid lineup, there seems to be a number of intriguing battles waiting to be resolved on race day. We look forward to sharing it with you. Goodbye.
And would you look at that? The Schumacher brothers have been stopped by one Jenson Button, who's in pole position, with Ralf Schumacher second, out-qualifying his older brother, who's in third place. Fernando Alonso's in fourth, who's out-qualifying Felipe Massa in fifth. The Montoya sixth, Fisichella seventh, Bracken eighth, Trulli ninth, and Rosberg 10th. Well, this has been a great qualifying session. Unfortunately, we couldn't really partake in it because we was eliminated in the first round. And deservedly so, considering I don't really like racing, qualifying in the rain. Monaco already showed you that. But yes, great stuff by the Schumacher brothers, who are second and third. Hopefully they want to convert that into a race win. But they have Jenson Button in their way. So for now, I'm looking forward to this race. As we start in 21st, it's going to be a challenge. But for now, I'm going to give you over to Martin Brundle.
You join us for what is bound to be an action-packed German Grand Prix, coming to you from the world-famous Hockenheim circuit. The drivers like the Hockenheim circuit because it produces some great racing. Rubens Barrichello has good memories of this track because he won his first race here back in the year 2000. Unbelievably, he qualified for the race way back in 18th place. Conditions are just about perfect here today. Clear skies and perfect temperatures on and off the track. The forecast is also good, and we expect it to stay like this for the whole race.
Cheers for that, Martin Brundle. And looks like we're going to take our place on the grid in 21st place. My goodness. So the German the German crowd is looking forward to a German winner. Will it be Ralf Schumacher or will it be Michael Schumacher? When the lights go out, we'll be racing here at Hockenheim. Of course, we're going to be on board with Takuma Sato in 21st place, but let's see how this goes. And it's go! And it's a fantastic start by Takuma Sato, who's passed Liuzzi already, and Albers, who's in 19th already. A great start by Takuma Sato, who's making his way up the field rather quickly. As he's already in 16th, overtaking Mark Webber. But here comes Mark Webber on his outside, and nope, he's not going to take 16th place of Sato. So great start by Sato from the back here. And he's going to plan on trying to intrude, and well, we've cut the chicane. Will that be a penalty? I don't think so, but Mark Webber has got 16th place back of Sato. So 4 places up from our original position on the grid. Guess that's a start, but I'm not going to expect any points out of this race, considering, well, this is the German Grand Prix and I'm in the Super Aguri. But I better make up the places while we can, because this is lap 1, and lap 1's when the AI tend to be a bit slow, so we better make up the places while we can. But this has been a great first lap by Sato so far, as he's in 17th place, but he wants to be higher up. He's already overtaken Mark Webber, and there's second Toro Rosso Scott Speed, and he's made it stick, and we're in 15th place. Next is Barrichello up the road. Can we overtake Rubens Barrichello for P14? It's been a fantastic start by Sato. 6 positions from his grid slot. Amazing stuff here by the Super Aguri driver. He's very determined to take the fight to Trulli. And here comes Mark Webber again, ready to dive bomb, and he makes it work. Great overtaking skills by Mark Webber. What a battle we have on our hands between Williams of Mark Webber and Takuma Sato. And Takuma Sato overtakes Mark Webber on the outside. Impressive stuff. My goodness, what a first lap between those two. The Japanese and the Australian driver. Great stuff. Mark Webber really is eager to impress us. He wants points. So I don't blame him for those kind of risky overtakes. They were very impressive at that too. There we go as we enter lap 2. Well, we are in lap 2, sorry. We're going to stay in the action because I have a feeling there's going to be more and more overtakes as we go along in this race. As Sato is closing in on Barrichello. He's 2 tenths behind Barrichello, or 3 tenths now. But I'm pretty sure after this straight line speed, it's going to be even more than that, because Barrichello has remarkable straight line speed. And we made contact with Barrichello, and we've lost our, we've got moderate damage on our front wing, and Klean's going slow, and so is Rosberg. So what's going on here? But anyway, Sato has taken advantage, and well, we've moved up into 13th place, battling with another Williams and Nico Rosberg, and we're touching wheels. This is very aggressive driving by Sato, who's moved up into 12th place, and that's 9 places moved up now. Impressive start by Sato. You can't really ignore the midfield battle. The midfield battle is always tense, and I'm losing my voice just about. I need to take a breath, so I'm going to keep quiet for a while. Okay, now we're back just a bit. I needed to take a slight breath there because, wow, that was quiet and opening 2 laps from Takuma Sato. Next is Nick Heidfeld for P11, as Sato is really gaining on Nick Heidfeld rather quickly. And just in front of him is Jarno Trulli, who's actually in 10th place. And Sato's ran a bit wide, and that's really going to give him a penalty. Only a 1-second penalty, but it's still a penalty at that. But yes, up in front, Jacques Villeneuve has been overtaken by Jarno Trulli now. So Trulli's up to 9th place, and we're going to skip it, and we've ran wide. What a terrible exit there. And I do expect us to try and catch Nick Heidfeld and Jacques Villeneuve. That is our next goal. Especially considering Jacques Villeneuve is actually having a good race. Ironically enough, this was, I think Jacques Villeneuve actually got replaced in the German Grand Prix, and then that's all she wrote for Jacques Villeneuve's F1 career, as he ended up being replaced by Robert Kubica, who actually impressed in the real-life 2006 German Grand Prix. I think he got a point before getting disqualified. Sorry, I repeated that sentence. But yeah, I think Robert Kubica actually got disqualified for I think it was the car's weight. I think it was over the weight limit or something like that. So Robert Kubica did end up getting disqualified. So that was a bit disappointing for Robert Kubica. But yeah, Jacques Villeneuve was actually replaced. And, well, obviously, Jack Villeneuve being Jack Villeneuve, and there's retirement. Oh, wait, what happened? Michael Schumacher's taken the lead. I'm sorry, as I was talking, there was an overtake. Michael Schumacher has made a stick. What an aggressive... Oh, contact! My goodness me. But Michael Schumacher's making his stick, and the German crowd go wild. Fantastic overtake by Michael Schumacher. So now Michael Schumacher's in first place with Jenson Button in second and Fernando Alonso in third. Ralf Schumacher is fourth with is that Montoya in fifth, or is that Fisichella? I think it's Fisichella in fifth, and Montoya's in sixth. I'm not really too sure, but Michael Schumacher was in first place, so that's why I cut into a replay, because Martin Brundle was saying Michael Schumacher was in first place in the midst of my ramble about Robert Kubica, and I was going to go into depth about Jack Villeneuve and Robert Kubica, the salt between Jack Villeneuve and Robert Kubica, because Jack Villeneuve really doesn't really like Robert Kubica just because he got replaced by him. Jack Villeneuve's really petty anyway. He's said a lot of stupid things, but let's focus on the racing and ignore Jack Villeneuve, even though he's in 10th place. Let's skip. I think we made a mistake. We did. We made a mistake, and you joined us here as we, no, we didn't make a mistake. We actually came out of a turn in gear 1, so we was basically taking it cautiously. So, yeah, we didn't really make a mistake. Sorry about that. We just came out of that tight turn. So, yeah, you joined us here on lap 5, and we still are in 11th place. Nothing really happened in the previous lap. That's why I keep skipping it. And we're doing pretty good. We're actually in 12th place, keeping that position. But we're catching Nick Heidfeld, as you can see over there. We dropped to 5 seconds behind him at one stage because we got... because we did kind of break into the chicane quite late, and we did run a bit wide, but you don't really need to see my mistakes because, well, mistakes are mistakes. But, yeah, we've closed the gap down to Nick Heidfeld by a lot, and there's a yellow flag? What's going on? I have no idea what's going on. Wait, there's a Renault slot. There's a Renault. What's going on? The Renault's out. What Renault is that? I think that's Fernando Alonso because he was behind Michael Schumacher. Now it's only Jenson Button. Fernando Alonso's out. Let's go to replays. It is Fernando Alonso. And we are focusing on the current world champion and championship leader. What a blow this is for Fernando Alonso as the championship is now being blown wide open. We are on board with Fernando Alonso, and he's trying to catch up with Jenson Button. He's technically behind him, and his rear wing just broke off the car. Wow. A loose rear wing, and he's out. Wow, that's only his second retirement. He did retire at Imola as well, actually, so this is only Fernando Alonso's second retirement of the season. What a bad time to be doing as we are entering the closing stages of this World Championship. We're going back on board with Sato now. We've moved up to 10th thanks to Fernando Alonso's retirement. But my goodness, with Michael Schumacher in first place, he's going to close the gap down to 2 points in the championship. So Michael Schumacher and the German crowd go wild as Fernando Alonso is out. And we ran wide, but that doesn't really matter. We're still talking about Fernando Alonso's retirement. Unbelievable. His rear wing just flew. I keep saying front wing, but his rear wing just flew off the car. It just dropped off. Like, what happened there? It's pretty weird that your rear wing just drops off the car. I don't know, nobody hit him or nothing like that, so I don't know how that will fall off. Maybe the Renault mechanics just wasn't prepared enough, and maybe it just fell off on its own, saying, I'm just done dominating the championship, let's make it interesting, or something like that. I don't know, maybe I just made that up, I guess I did, but the World Championship was getting away from Michael Schumacher and Felipe Massa, but yeah, that's just blown the championship wide open, and there's still a lot of races to contest, as we're going to Turkey after this, so there's going to be a lot of talking points coming out of this event. Oh wow, Fernando Alonso is out, but everybody has pitted. Well, not everybody, a lot of people have pitted, and we've moved up to 5th place. And we're going to stay out just a bit longer. Well, we won't say stay out a bit longer, but our tyres are getting a bit worn out, and we are scheduled to pit this lap. So we have a choice. We could pit the lap after, as we got 2 laps worth of fuel left, but I don't know. We shall see what happens, because you know, I do want to score points and try and outsmart some of the AI. So we go into the latter part of this lap, and will we dive into the pits? Looks like we are going to dive into the pits. We are going to dive. No, we're not, because we go wide. Oh my goodness. We've skipped the pit lane completely. And now we're going to have to wait another lap. So it looks like we're up in second place and Michael Schumacher's in first place. So this looks like an easy race win. We've got Jenson Button behind us with Ralph Schumacher in fourth place and Montoya fifth. So got a gap over both of those drivers. But Jenson Button's right behind us and he does not want to be stuck behind us for long because, you know, once he's stuck behind us, that means Michael Schumacher's getting away. And again, Michael Schumacher's got a whole pit stop ahead of him because he's 20 or 30 seconds ahead of us. So no matter what happens, he's going to be ahead at the end of this pit stop. So Jenson Button really has to do all the work in the world to try and catch up to Michael Schumacher. Well, what a fantastic race by the German driver, the 7-time world champion. As we're going to continue to drive here and to try and coax our way into the pit lane and try and do a decent lap, to say the least, because our tyres are completely worn. As you can see, they're entering orange territory. Plus, we got a damaged front wing. So we have 3 tenths or 4 tenths at the button, and Michael Schumacher's extended that gap to 31 seconds. So not good. As we break into this corner, and what's going to go? Oh my! You know what? No! I can't believe this is happening again. No. Team radio.
Save it. Nothing that you can say can make that any better. Just save it.
Oh my god. So no matter even if I did dive into the pit lane, my engine was going to die. Oh my goodness. Again with the engine failure. What's next for me? I really need to escape this team. I've had a good season, don't get me wrong, but the amount of points I've lost because of the fact that my engine decides to fail. Look at my stricken car. Just to add insult to injury, it just puts my stricken car there.
Captivating weekend here at Hockenheim. Plenty of action, plenty of surprises. It's been typical of the type of racing we get here. I've enjoyed it enormously and we hope you have too. Next stop on the Formula 1 circus is just 7 days away, with a trip to the tight and twisting Hungaroring, 19 kilometres outside of Budapest. We look forward to you joining us there for the action. See you next week. Goodbye.
Cheers, Martin. Well, Trulli got second place. Raikkonen got third. Jack Villeneuve got some points. And what on earth happened to... What? Michael Schumacher? How did you drop from... Oh, my goodness. What happened? As soon as I end up retiring, everything goes crazy. Look, why is Michael Schumacher in 14th? He was winning the race. He was 31 seconds ahead of Jenson Button. What on earth happened to Michael? I don't even know. I can't even give you replays, but our race ended miserably. Alonso's race ended miserably. And Felipe Massa ended up winning the race. So Felipe Massa's just closed the gap down to Fernando Alonso, while Michael Schumacher, this is a missed opportunity for him. So let's check the championship. Massa is now 5 points behind Fernando Alonso, while Michael Schumacher drops down to second after his retirement. Raikkonen has moved up into 8th place after his podium, and Sato's moved down to 9th and is only 2 points out of Trulli after he scored a podium. It was a 10-point lead. Now he's got second place, and look what happened. Heidfeld scored some points, while Rosberg and Albers dropped down, and Jack Villeneuve moves up. So only Ralf Schumacher and Mark Webber are the big suspects that hasn't scored points. Liuzzi and Ide as well. So we've got 4 drivers that haven't scored points. Here's the constructor standings, and Ferrari extend their lead over Renault to 26 points, while McLaren closed the gap down to Honda just a bit more to 12 points. While this order's changed, Williams has moved down into last place, with Midland moving up to 10th, Red Bull moving down, and Toro Rosso also moving down after BMW Sauber scored a big points, all with Nick Heidfeld and Jack Villeneuve both scoring points. But the most disappointing thing coming out of this event is the fact that my engine failed again in second place. I knew I wasn't going to finish in second because I had to pit. So I still had a shouting chance of scoring points. So that's a massive blow. And Jarno Trulli and Kimi Räikkönen, both my nearest rivals, scored some points. So I'm the biggest loser coming out of this event, and so is Michael Schumacher and Fernando Alonso. So there's our 4 biggest losers. Massa's the biggest winner, gaining points. Jack Villeneuve also a winner for scoring points for the first time this season, ironically in this track when he got ousted by Kubica. And Montero, big shout out to Thiago Montero, who actually got 7th place. Wow, Thiago Montero got 7th place. As if Monaco wasn't a freak stunt, he actually got more points in Germany. Unexpected, but a lot of retirements helped him. And Michael Schumacher's freakish last stint ended up making him drop to 14th and a lap down. Weird. But still, it is what it is. So Hungary is the next race, which is next week, and I'm actually very pleased that the race did well for others, but for me, I'm not so pleased. But I'm also pleased that I'm keeping up with this content. So next week you will see this, and this will be uploaded before the Spanish Grand Prix. So I've already recorded it with before qualifying, so I won't know the results until then. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the Spanish Grand Prix, and I hope you guys enjoyed the German Grand Prix before the Spanish Grand Prix. This is SamuraiT-X signing out. Until then, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.